women of Philadelphia and Kraft Foods and Philadelphia Cream Cheese and Paula Deen and everybody out there. It's me, Orion, and this house is cooking cream cheese style. We're going to make a Philly cream cheese filled crepe. And I know a lot of you are thinking that crepes are a sweet thing with blueberries and strawberries and whipped cream and all of that. But we're going to make a savory Philly cream cheese style Philly cheesesteak filled crepe. We're going to start off by making our crepe batter. It starts with a cup of flour, a half cup of milk, a half cup of water, 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons melted butter, and some salt. I'm so thrilled to be cooking for Paula Deen. It's really exciting for me. I've been cooking since I was 7 years old, and I can honestly say that this is a treat to cook in front of a celebrity chef, even though it's via the internet. And hopefully one day I get to meet you, Paula, because I'm really excited. Alright, so we're going to start whisking our flour, and we're going to add 1 egg at a time, and we're just going to whisk it. After we whisk all of our egg and flour mixture, and we added our milk and we added our water, we're going to add our 2 tablespoons pre-melted butter. And last but not least, our salt. We're finished with our crepe batter, and we're going to put it in the freezer for about 30 minutes. Now, while that's chilling out and getting all the air bubbles out, we're going to start on our Philly cheese steak. I'm so excited about this. It's so good. I've thinly sliced 1 whole grain of bell pepper, and now I'm going to thinly slice our skirt steak. Skirt steak is really good for things like Philly cheesesteak. It's very lean, doesn't have a lot of fat to it, so you don't have to worry about cutting all the fat, and you can just start cooking. That's what we want to do when we get in the kitchen. We want to do all the prep work. We just want to cook. I just finished cutting up all of the meat, and now we're going to wash our hands, because it's very important that when you're handling raw meat that you wash your hands. So now I have on my cooking guard. I'm ready. I have my skirt steak, I have my mushrooms, I have my onion, I have my bell pepper. Then for the cream cheese sauce and the Philly cheesesteak, I have 3 cups of mild cheddar cheese. I have my cream cheese, which is the star of the show. And I have milk, I have my flour, salt, Worcestershire sauce, olive oil, and we are ready to go. Start with our pan. It's been heating. And what we're going to do is add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now, I love olive oil. I grew up in Italy, and I moved to America when I was 14 years old. So we lived overseas for about 11 and a half years. So, to our olive oil, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. We're going to add to it our skirt steak. You know what? You can't buy these sound effects. This is real deal cooking, and we are cooking in this house. We're going to add our onion, our mushrooms. These are baby Bella mushrooms, and our green bell pepper. We have our skirt steak browning up very nicely. I'm going to turn the eye down to low, or to a lower setting actually. Probably about medium. That's pretty good. And we want to let our onions and our bell pepper get all caramelized and beautiful. So I'm going to add about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. We just added our adobo, and now I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. Now we're going to start with our cream cheese. First, we're going to take a cup of milk, and we're going to turn it on to about medium-high. To our cup of milk, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of flour. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. So now we have our butter, we have our milk, and we have our flour. And we're just going to stir it. Our butter has melted, and as you can see, the flour is fully integrated into the milk. And we're slowly stirring it And we also have our Philly steak sitting over here in this beautiful liquid. And I reduced it down to low. And I turned my oven on to 250 because what we're going to do is after we're finished making this, we're going to pop it in the oven for about 10-15 minutes and just let it sit in there while we make our crepes. Now we're on to our buttery cream cheese sauce. So now that the butter is totally melted and we have the milk and the flour integrated, we're going to add our Philly cream cheese. Yay! Time to use the cream cheese we've been waiting for. Now that our cream cheese has melted down, we're going to add our 3 cups of shredded mild cheddar cheese. What you want to do now is you want to turn your pot down on low so you don't scorch the cheddar cheese and the cream cheese and start getting what should be a beautiful blessing into a disaster. Here's some pepper. And we don't need too much salt, so probably just a couple of pinches. Alright, we're ready to make our crepes. So we're going to put about a 1/4 tablespoon butter. We're going to whisk it around, and we're going to let it melt. This is similar to making a pancake. You're going to look for the air bubbles, and you're going to flip it. You're going to wait till the air bubbles come and blister on the other side, and you are done. So, I believe our pan is completely hot, and we are ready to make our crepe. As you can see, it's bubbling on the sides, and that's perfect. And we have our little circle forming, which makes for a beautiful crepe. And we're going to just let it bubble up a little bit more, probably about 2 to 3 minutes on each side, and it will be ready. And your crepe should actually be able to move. So you're going to test it. There you go. And you're going to flip it. And voila, crepe. So about 2 to 3 minutes on the other side. Grab our steak mixture. Now that our crepe is ready, I take it out, put it on the plate. Remove this from the eye so it doesn't start to burn. We're going to drizzle our cream cheese mixture onto the center of the crepe. Then we're going to gather few bits of our Philly cheesesteak and make sure we get some onion. Actually, I'm going to turn down our eye because it is really, really hot. And don't forget some of that beautiful juice. We use our spatula. We're going to fold it over almost like an omelet. There we are. We have our Philly cheesesteak style crepe. And really, just for kicks, put a dollop on the top. Philly cheesesteak crepe. This is amazing. I can't wait to taste it. I'm excited. You should be excited too. This is going to be amazing. And it's gooey. Ugh. This is so good. Oh, you have to try this. Download the recipe. Let's share recipes. You gotta try this at home. Thank you guys so much. Bye.